Hello YouTube, it is Championdjk coming at you again with another video, and today we're going to take a quick look at a few Tarmac Works items. Just some stuff I'm clearing out here. I got to get open, check them out. Had them for a little bit, and yeah, we just got to get looking at them. So only 4 cars today, so pretty simple, pretty easy. We're going to get through it pretty quick, hopefully. Well, I guess maybe not hopefully. Hopefully for you guys, maybe. Let's go ahead and take a look. So we're going to start with this. This is a Mio exclusive J collection. J collection is Tarmac Works essentially, but it is the J collection. Well, really these are IXO castings, and they're older toolings. So kind of interesting there. This is an R32. Of course, it's Mio exclusive. I got this from, I was in Colorado, and I picked it up from Colorado Diecast. They had these for like $8, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to snag one of those. Why not? These castings are a little older. Oh, and interestingly enough, too, like, this doesn't come with anything. Like, there's no box or anything to store the car, anything like that. It just comes in a blister, and there's your casting. So, I mean, it's not a bad R32. These castings, these J collection cars, they're a little cheaper, and they're a little cheaper constructed, and you can tell that by the way that they are. We got a plastic base. They're made in Bangladesh, and they're just kind of they're decent. They kind of remind me of Kyosho a little bit, but a little bit cheaper than that. Cheaper feeling than the Kyosho. But Kyosho is the only reason why I say that is because Kyosho would have a plastic base. So that's why we're talking about it that way. Fit and finish wise, they're not like super fantastic, but this particular example looks pretty darn good, I would say. It looks pretty decent. Nice little add-on to my R34 collection. It just kind of stinks that there's no box or anything to store the car with, so we end up having to use something like this, which is a good solution for that. I got to get these Kaboom cases, guys, to sponsor my videos because, man, a lot of you ask anytime I pull one of this out is, where did you get these little things? And these are great, by the way, for storing these little cars. It's nice because, the car can move around in there, but it's enough to, it's not going to really create, I don't think, any packaging rub or any issues with that. And, it can kind of jiggle around in there. And the walls are, of this thing are flexible enough to where it's not hard on the car. And yet it's rigid enough where you can stack cars in a little thing. But anyway, I like these things. KaboomCases.com. But yeah, they don't sponsor the channel, but these things are pretty sweet. I've got hundreds of them. Yeah, so anyway, there is this. Pretty neat. Headlights look okay. I mean, they're not, perfect in there. So the fit and finish is not super fantastic. It does roll sort of well. So that's good, too. All right, moving on. Let's go to the Saab 900 Turbo Convertible. I love this casting, and honestly, I will probably end up buying every single color and version of this Saab that comes out, or at least a lot of them anyway. So I got this white one. This is a Mio limited edition, so I don't know if you can get it any other way besides as an M&J Toys. This one comes with the box. Let's see if the box has a blister in it, and it does. That is great. That's what I love. So that is fantastic. You got that storage solution built right in. Super cool. And then here is our vehicle. Looking pretty sick. So I believe this too, IXO, I believe, also developed this casting. So the interesting thing about Tarmac Works is how many different companies they work with to develop toolings for them is kind of interesting. So I think everything we're looking at today is IXO, because I'm pretty sure these two are too. But this one is really nice. This casting is great. I've got like, this would be probably like the 4th or 5th different version of it that I've got. I've got some convertible, some hardtop, and really nice. So this one's got a metal base, metal body. This would be considered in their Global 64 line, which are very much like mini GT in construction. And you guys, if you've been watching my channel, you know that I love mini GT. So, how can I not like these? And this thing is just really good. So these things roll. They're heavy. They feel substantial. They feel pretty high quality, and it's just really nice. They're really nice, in my opinion. So you guys should agree with me. I mean, let's be honest. You should. All right. Color block taillights. I mean, zero complaints about this one. This one looks really nice. So I'm digging that indeed. Now we got to get into the 2 Ferraris, and you know how we love Ferrari. And these are also IXO. This one clearly states it right on the packaging. We're going to start with the Ferrari 348 Challenge, and then we'll do the F355 Challenge. And I can get this sucker open. So they've released a couple different colors of both of these and a couple different like racing liveries. These are kind of pricey. These are in the road. This is Road 64 and this one's Hobby 64. Anything with the like racing livery is going to be Hobby 64, and the stuff that's just stock or whatever is going to be Road 64. Ooh, jeez. And they have these available in a few different colors. I haven't bought a ton of them just based on they are at least $20 each, if not more in some cases. So that is kind of pricey. I like to get a lot of stuff, but sometimes when it comes to the $20 each, like $15 each seems much more reasonable. That's why I don't buy a ton of TLVs, because it's just you can rack up that cost really quick if you're buying a bunch of these. So acrylic case on this model, so that's good. It comes with this nice plastic base here. Looks pretty nice. It's screwed down with one screw, so we need to remove that to remove the car, which we will do now. And these are, by the way, just to clarify, these are licensed by Ferrari, so it is a Ferrari official product, which is great. And this looks pretty good. We've got, it's not the best detail I've seen up front there. A little bit sloppy. That looks great. Right? It's not exactly perfect, but I like what they did to represent those taillights. That looks pretty good. And since this is the challenge version or whatever of this car, it is basically, you'll see this exact tooling with racing livery. Looks pretty darn good. There is just a small issue with the rear wheel well on this side. I don't know if you can kind of see that there. A lot of times when they cast this stuff, there'll be some flashing and stuff that gets left over on the car body, and then we'll have to like file that off. And sometimes they get a little aggressive with the file, so is what I believe happens there. This one is not a roller at all, not even close. I mean, it is screwed together. You probably could unscrew it and fiddle with it and get it to roll a little bit, but this clearly, I mean, that's clearly not rolling anywhere. So if you require your diecast to roll, which I like it to roll, I think it's cool to have it rolling, but on the same token, it's not super necessary. And I'm wondering, so this I bet you is like true 1/64 scale. It's probably legit. Is this smaller than 1/64? This little Ferrari? Or are these actually that small? I don't know that I've ever seen a 348 in person, so I don't really know. but it looks like these are kind of tiny, and that may or may not be true. They're developed by IXO, so I'm not really sure. They're probably scale accurate. Probably. All right, let's get into the 355. This one in a shell livery, which looks really, really cool. And this is actually from the Ferrari F355 Challenge 1999. So it's actually got a driver name on there and all that. I'm a big fan of real racing liveries on vehicles, and especially stuff that's a little bit older is cool to me. So I had to get one of these in shell livery. They have a couple of different ones with slightly different liveries. I may get some more of this casting. I don't know. I have a bunch of the F40 one that they did, which is really cool. And, you know, this thing's cool too. Racing liveries and race cars have become a big, huge, like, subset of my collection. And if you're going to put a bunch of graphics on a car, that's what I want to see, is a racing livery. So let's get this off the base. The base is really nice. Again, acrylic case is nice. This one, not gonna win any races downhill with this, because she don't roll. But let's check out the livery. Looking real snazzy. Yeah, that looks really good. So definitely digging this one. I might want to get one of these in a stock form as well, and maybe another one in another livery, maybe. We'll see. But yeah, this is pretty sick right here. Definitely digging that. Which one do you think is cooler? I think that one's definitely cooler. But really, though, my favorite model of today is the Saab, so this is okay. I just picked it up because it was cheap. It was like by the register, so grabbed it. You guys let me know what you think in the comments down below. So I like Tarmac Works. I don't buy a whole ton of them, but I do, you know, get them here and there. It just depends on the price and all that jazz, and if they're easily available. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. Quick video for you today. Thank you very much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll see you next time.